What's going on, guys? It's Danny with Gear Candy, and we've got the Google Pixel XL. I've been using this phone now for about 3 or 4 weeks or so. It's been my daily driver. I've been really enjoying the phone. I got a review on it that I did a few weeks back. I'll annotate that somewhere on this video. But for this video, we're gonna be doing tips and tricks in the Google Pixel XL, and we're gonna get into it right now. Okay guys, so a lot of folks have asked me, how do you get the battery percentage number to show up on the battery icon? So in order to do that, we have to enable what's called System UI Tuner. So you drop down notifications, long press the cogwheel for settings till you feel a little haptic feedback. And now congrats, System UI Tuner has been turned on. Scroll all the way to the bottom. System UI Tuner right there. We go in it. Have some fun overall, got it. And we go to status bar, scroll down to battery, and always show percentage. And bam, now you'll see my battery percentage has changed and I have 64% battery left. Next feature we're gonna go over is the night light feature. This is a feature that'll turn your screen, it'll change the gamma of your screen to more of a yellow tone. It's supposed to be easier in the eyes in the middle of the night or in a really dark place. So to do that, we're gonna go back into settings, cogwheel, go down to, go up to display, night light. Now you can turn this automatically or you can turn it on right now. Let me turn it on real quick so you can see my screen gets sort of a yellow cast to it. Or you can set up an automatic time, set a custom schedule. I had one before set at midnight to 5:50 in the morning. Another cool setting to look at is moves. Moves is basically gestures that you can enable and disable. Again, we go into notifications, setting cogwheel, and it's, you scroll down and you get to moves. Quick gestures and control. So here we've got various things. By default, if you want to enable the fingerprint scanner, be able to swipe down on the fingerprint scanner so that you can bring down your notifications instead of having to screen down, use your finger to screen down from the screen itself. You can turn that on, and what that'll do is I can use the back here, scroll it down, and you'll see it brings up my notifications. So that's kind of a cool, easier way to bring up your notifications. Do it one more time. Bam. So now we're going to take a look at multitasking on the phone. You can do that by split screening between two apps. All right, so we'll fire up the Chrome browser. And we'll long press the multitask button. And we'll fire up YouTube. So now you've got Chrome browser, YouTube running in this multitask mode. And you can kind of move up and down the screen depending how big you want each app to look. And you can interact with both apps. So some folks like to set their phone to the phone screen to display while the phone's being charged. By default, you're not gonna be able to do that in the Google Pixel, but you can enable it by enabling developer options. So in order to do that, we go into settings once again, scroll all the way to the bottom, go to about phone, or all the way to the bottom again. Now you hit this build number about 7 times. Now I've already done it, so I'm already in developer. I've already enabled the developer mode. So once you do that, you go back one level, go all the way to the bottom, and you'll see here, developer options. So what we'll do is we'll go into developer options. Let me turn them back on, yes. And in here, you've got a whole gamut of things that you can change. And right here, right at the top, you'll see screen will never sleep while charging. So we turned that on, and now you've got that option set. Now you can also take a look at a bunch of different, there's a whole slew of options in these settings here. One of the things I like to make note of real quick is the animations, if I can find it. So here you go. Right here we've got window transition, animator, all these different settings here. You can change the animation scales in order to speed things up. It'll make the UI feel a little bit faster. I myself don't really mess with this, but I can tell you right now on Samsung phones, this makes a huge difference. So if you want to use the pulse light here as a means to notify you when you've got a message or application that's basically has something in the notification panel, you could enable a pulse light to trigger once you've got a notification waiting for you. In order to do that, we go into settings, once again, cogwheel, go into notifications. Now once you're in notifications, go to the cogwheel again, and here you can see pulse light notification. Turn that on, and now whenever you get a notification in the notification tray up top, this light here will pulse. I'm the type of person that loves to change their wallpapers almost on a daily basis, but with Android 7.1, I no longer have to do that. You can actually set the OS to change the wallpaper for you. So in order to do that, long press on the screen, go to wallpapers, pick one of the categories you like. In this case, we'll do cityscapes. And right here, you'll see daily wallpaper. It's right at the top here. So set daily wallpaper. Do you want to X here if you want to only download on Wi-Fi only? I don't really care. I'll download using my data plan, doesn't matter. Continue. So it's downloading. And we've got our first wallpaper. I'm gonna set it. You could do home or home and lock screen. And I'll have a new wallpaper. So another feature I'd recommend to always leave on, guys, is HDR. HDR stands for high dynamic range. It's gonna make your shots look a whole lot better. On the camera on this phone in particular, you wanna leave HDR on for pretty much all your photos. Open up your camera app and you'll see the settings right up top here. It says HDR-A, pick that. And instead of HDR plus auto, just go select HDR plus on. And now you'll always have your shots on HDR and you don't have to worry about that. Another feature I want to recommend is with regards to battery. Battery life on this phone is really good, and I haven't necessarily had to do this much, but you want to set some optimizations to prolong that battery use as much as possible. So in order to do that, we can enable some battery saving techniques that will kick in only at certain levels. So we'll go into settings once again, and we'll go to the battery. And right up top, you've got battery saver. So let's click that. And right now I have it turned off. You can turn on automatically. And basically you can turn this on at either 5% or 15%. Let's select 15%. Now when the battery hits 15%, it'll go into battery saving mode, and it'll turn off certain things that you won't necessarily need. So if you multitask a lot between apps, another really cool tip that'll help you quite a bit in terms of speeding up your workflow is you've got the ability to switch between apps on this phone relatively quickly. So here I've got Gear Candy YouTube page, and I want to flip back to my Chrome browser. So you just have to double tap on the multitask button, and it'll bring you right back to your previously opened app. So let's do that real quick. So see, right back to the browser, right back to the YouTube app. So in my previous video, I mentioned that there were no unread message numbers on the badge icons here. We're gonna go ahead and fire up Nova Launcher and see if we can get the unread badge numbers to appear for at least one of these apps right here. So before we run Nova Launcher, we have to clear the default launcher, which is the Pixel launcher. So we're gonna do that real quick right now. Go into your settings, drop into apps, Pixel launcher. And now we want to clear defaults. Right here, clear defaults. And now when we hit the home button, we should get an option. We're gonna pick Nova Launcher, always. All right, now we've got Nova Launcher set up, and there goes the unread badge numbers that pop up. So what are you guys thinking about this phone? I mean, for me, I'm absolutely loving this device. Right now, to me, there's only but a few other phones I would actually consider, but to be honest, this phone right here, the Google Pixel XL, this is the phone you want, guys. If you're coming from a Samsung S7 Edge, or you had the Note 7 and you're kind of up in arms as far as what you should get, highly recommend the Google Pixel XL or the Google Pixel. It's just a half-inch difference in screen size, so they're pretty much the same phone. I think you get maybe a higher resolution on the screen on the XL, but again, great device. Highly recommend. I know a lot of you guys are having a hard time getting the phone. Stock has been really low on the phone, just demand is through the roof for it. So you can get it on eBay for a lot more money than what you're gonna pay if you're just patient. But you know what? I myself have bought a phone on eBay. I can't lie, you know, sometimes I can't wait. Unfortunately, some of you guys may have to do that. So anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are you still waiting for your Google Pixel XL? Do you have a Google Pixel XL? What do you feel about it? Are you happy with it? Are you not happy with it? If you guys like the content, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I'll see you guys in the next one.